Alright, so what is this? Is it me or has Caedrel gotten more greedy lately? Ads run a lot more often than they did 1.5 years ago. Ads used to be after every ban pick for around a minute. Nowadays it's around 3 to 5 minutes. So basically what happened was as the stream like got bigger, the Twitch like, I won't say contract, but like the thing changed. So basically the way Twitch works, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or anything, but you have something called the ad partner program, right? Ad program, right? And you can choose 3 options with your ad programs. You can choose option 1, 2, or 3. And option 3 is like the highest, option 1 is the lowest, right? And this is 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and 8 minutes or something per hour or something. I chose the option 2. 5 per minute, 5 minutes of ads per hour. So basically what that means is I have a timer here, right? And I can run a 3-minute ad. If I run a 1-minute ad, it doesn't push this back. I have to do 3 to push back the ad timer, right? So what happens is, in champ select and shit, I try to run it after draft, because by the time the ads finish, you should be 30 seconds into the game. If I do it straight after the game, the draft ends. But I have a button called snooze, which delays it by 5 minutes. So I have 3 buttons that I can delay by 5 mins, so I can do 15 mins of delaying them, right? And I can do that once every hour. Or every 1.5 hours, I can do that. So sometimes if I fuck up, I spam the snooze button. And then, if the game goes past the snooze buttons, then it's fucked. But that's how it basically works. It's not that I'm just trying to, like, that's how the Twitch partnership works, okay? I just have to make it so the ads don't hit you in the game. Because I guess you don't mind missing me yapping on Reddit. Remember like this group in Worlds 2021, the tiebreak was in string? Oh yeah, Genji versus Mad. Yeah, that group was cooked. And Mad had to beat LNG in a tiebreaker and Liquid was 3-3. I wonder if we'll see drastic change on the MSI teasers after the Riot layoffs. The teasers last MSI Worlds were bangers. I'm not sure that... So what happens is, as far as I'm aware, a lot of the Riot international events, the people who produce some of them are freelancers. So like the person who did the Worlds teasers is this guy. This is the guy who did the Worlds teasers, this guy. Now he doesn't work for Riot, he doesn't work as a Rioter, he works like underneath Riot, like as a freelancer, right, I think? So yeah, I don't think it'll be affected if they want to sign him, because he runs a company called More Than Visuals, right? So I guess he gets contracted in, so I think he should be fine if they were to get him again, for example. There's a new rat in town, GTA RP fan art. Yo, that's Pedro Al Ratón. Looks pretty sick. Damn, actually a crazy good drawing. Pedro Al Ratone. Hell yeah, I love that picture, man. Oh, I love that picture. I'm gonna save that shit. How did C9 manage to 3-0 Afrika Freaks in 2018? They were the 2nd seed from Korea and they had Keen Spirit, Kuro, Kramer, Tucson. That's a good question, actually. I don't know. Thoughts on Caedrel's chat? This is about the chatters, because you think you are very annoying and spam emotes here in other streams. But I actually think Caedrel chat is the most enjoyed on stream. Keep it up, Chatterman, and spam whatever you want. Treats looks like Pedro. No, he doesn't look like Pedro. Marasaka has my glasses, and so we look similar because of the glasses. That's it. He's fucking blonde, my guy. The future of PC gaming.
Unboxing. Now it's time for the breakdown. What is using the Apple Vision Pro actually like? This is easily one of Apple's craziest, most apps, which opt out. Of course, made just for Vision Pro. So they're going to have stuff that...
Bro, I am watching a 40-minute video. I want to see what it looks like.
Apple Music is a pretty classic one. Like, it has all the same functionality
Wait,
as any other
why
Apple
is he
Music
like...
app, but in this...
Wait, hold up. So you're telling me to get to work, you need to VR yourself into an office?
Super glassy, frosted window and shows the colors of whatever's behind it. and you have the sort of
So
sorting
I'm
menu
putting on
the
goggles to
left-hand
be
side
inside a
instead of across the
fucking
bottom.
room
That's the
with a
basic
chair
layout.
and do
Same
work
thing
on
with
a
the Notes
laptop
app and the Settings app.
PC?
Very glassy.
Are
almost
you
looking
fucking
like an
high?
iPad app in the air, just rebuilt with this new material design. And then there's the media apps. So
It's
Apple TV
AR.
and Disney Plus, they both come pre-installed.
Are you telling me that the future is people just walking around with fucking goggles on everywhere? My bad. That was a jammer though.
Of the sky around you, where any of the constellations would normally be, you can look at it a little longer and it'll pop it out. You can pull it out of the sky to get more information about it. It's a pretty great idea. There's another one called Jig Space, which it's a sick app. I don't know if I'd ever use it, but basically it lets you load 3D models into the space you're in and mess around with them, take them apart, view them in actual size. And this really takes advantage of how good the
Get in
placement
it!
lock
Get
is
in
on
it!
the
Drive
Vision
it!
Pro. And you can walk around and really gets you a better understanding of the scale of things that you don't get to see up close very often. And then Keynote is another funny one. So you can, of course, go through and edit a keynote just like normal if you want to. But then they've built this whole environment for practicing your presentation skills. So you press that and it says, oh, would you like to go to a conference room or the literal Steve Jobs theater? So you can rehearse talking to your audience with your keynote slides behind you.
What the fuck?
Incredibly immersive. And there's already a bunch more apps like this in the App Store already at launch that are specifically built for Vision Pro, so they'll take advantage of its various strengths. Now, are any of these
What the hell?
killer app? Not really. I mean, I don't. If you're looking for any one of these to be the reason why you spend like $4,000 on this headset, I don't think we have
$4,000.
But then at least there's all the other non-native, but technically still compatible apps that are in the App Store. And these are going to look just like iPhone and iPad apps. Actually, there's a pre-installed folder on the home screen when you get this thing, literally called Compatible Apps. And there's a bunch of them from Apple here. They look exactly like iPad apps. I'm surprised actually that more of them aren't fully built out to take advantage of Vision Pro, but like Apple Maps is just the iPad app. And so it would be cool if there were some like
Kinda
fun
trash.
augmented reality overlay, walking directions type
Kinda
stuff.
trash.
Nope.
Yo, right now it's kind of trash, but in like 30 years, that shit, it's GG, bro. You can probably like fucking have not only see, but other senses will be tickled. You know what I'm saying? You can
It's
have
all
like
the exact
feel
same
and
functionality
hear and
that you would find if you open this app on your iPad. And
what
you
other
can go to the
senses are
App
there?
Store and
Smell.
search a bunch of the names of apps you already know and love and find them by name and grab them, and they'll work the exact same way.
But does that mean
Crazily
you
enough,
guys
though,
can watch
there
my
are
stream by lying in
already
bed with a
some
pair of goggles on?
notable exceptions. No Netflix app for the Vision Pro. No YouTube app for the Vision
Yeah, good.
Pro. No Spotify app for the Vision Pro. Apple has a kind of a contentious relationship with a lot of developers right now, especially some of the bigger ones. And so some have made the active choice to opt out. They're like, we don't want to be there. This won't be a big enough platform to matter to us to justify the work.
Bro, can you imagine you just put goggles on, watch series for 10 hours, work for 10 hours, go to sleep? It's just fucking Sword Art Online.
It's kind of a bummer. I really wanted to be able to watch like a Netflix show offline, downloaded ahead of time, but you can't do that now. But at least for now, for the record, you can use the browser and anything that would work in the browser. So if you pull up Safari and you get a full screen 4K YouTube video going and locked in space or even
Full
in
screen
an
it.
environment, it looks great. It's razor sharp. Like I could totally watch YouTube videos like this, but you will definitely be missing like the features of having the dedicated app like offline video. Honestly, to me, the killer app of the Vision Pro isn't just an app, it's actually the ecosystem. And we knew this was coming, but the second you log into a Vision Pro with your Apple ID, immediately it starts pulling all the services and all the stuff that you're used to from all the other Apple devices you already have.
I don't use Apple, I use fucking Samsung, baby. That's right, Samsung. Aiming in team fights versus KDF.
In the matchup.
It's getting out of hand.
Maybe they should have played Yone.
That's
what they used to be.
votes. It's good to see it. I also respect the owner vote as well. I think owner had a great game.
Yeah, those are the three.
LPL viewership and popularity in China has decreased significantly compared to when the Shy was playing. I am not surprised. I am not surprised. Bringing back back then.
在某站播放量显示也不到100万，这个差距和往年差点可不是一星半点。上论约行到深注意，可能还
I mean, I don't know what he's saying.
广告收
He's
入
speaking
降低
Mandarin.
是迟早的事，而且实体的卖票也是。
But yeah, bring the shy back then. Pedro should wear this. What? Wear what?
Looking through the vest, y'all gotta see what I found. They got the
Damn.
red vest.
That goes kind of hard.
Who's rocking this? You either gotta live in New York or you're 6'9".
Can't sleep thinking about why I can only remember Caedrel saying things in German like "Au, was machst du da? Ich will das nicht, scheiße." And my German's kind of good. My German's kind of good. It's my birthday today. Is there a stream today? It's a yearly occurrence where I'm sad whenever it's my birthday. I want to watch Pedro. Yo, Kel01. You're in the chat, Ke?
Maybe something like that. Will that actually be enough?
TSM has 9 employees left.
That's like the one angle I
Wait,
think
really?
they have over T1. Like they're just gonna draft 100% standard stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in game number 2. Let's go back to the casters right now.
Font. Well, my mom works for Riot and she's in a venue. How do we tell him? His designer got fired. Oh my god. Quick shot gone.
Subdued, I guess you could say, after that initial victory here for T1. But still,
I don't know.
Game 2 is a
I don't know,
brand new game.
Wait, Hamilton is set to join Ferrari in 2025? You're fucking lying. You're lying. No shot, bucko. Need this emote for Pedro's joke? I'm running that. 600 wins. Hell yeah. Proof I'm better than Chovy with stats to back it up. 0 worlds, 0 worlds, 0 LEC, has been plat before, successfully CS'd all 6 minions on the first wave at least once, 0 professional wins on Fizz. Swain and Around Soul has not lost Faker. Okay, good one. I made 3 XCDs to round out the Faker and Owner. No, I'm not adding that. We already have emotes. What is Hollow Purple? The Rat King's biography page is actually kind of cool. Did he write it himself? Where? On .x talent? Professional League Legends player in 2015 and reached greater heights as a streamer and broadcaster. He was a core component of the talent of the LEC and 3 consecutive World Championships. He was honored by his peers as Esports Analyst of the Year at 2021 Esports Awards. And now he primarily is a streamer content creator. He remains one of the biggest and most engaging personalities in League of Legends, rarely playing or coaching events to tens of thousands of viewers. Wait, what was that? Mark getting me through cancer. I was diagnosed with testicular cancer last Thursday and I went surgery yesterday. While I've been struggling with that all week, I started watching Pedro more since he seemed to be always live. It was a great escape from life and my struggle with my recent diagnosis. Much love, much love, Mark. Let's go C9. Yo, bro. Wishing you the best recovery, man. Listen. Brighter days ahead. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. You're always welcome. Yo, chatters, always check the testes, okay? Make sure you check them. Check them out. Wishing you the best recovery. Feel a lump on your balls, bro? Go to the doctor, right meow. Showmaker after DK versus KDF. Riot LEC layoffs are noticeable as fuck. For anyone that thinks that Law is to blame, the producers tell her what to say and do, and they direct the player. She doesn't deserve the hate. Yeah, I think it's a mixture of it being not like practiced, or I think no one had any idea what was going on. And the format of the way the draw works makes no sense. I mean, it does make sense, but it's really confusing. But I think personally, I think it makes sense. So I don't really blame anyone for this. I just think it's just a bit of a shit show because like the way it's supposed to be done is just so weird. Like the way that 2 teams go and pick their thing, I don't know. Pedro the Red King, yeah, hell yeah. Pedro should take this quiz. This AD carry for Canology Game was known for his signature Vayne play, double lift. The first Korean team to win the World Championship was SKT1. Which team did SKT beat in the finals? Season 3 World Championship, Royal Club. Which player, also a manager for TSM, retired after he came on the flag for his performance, house coaching and shot calling matches? Reginald. This player played on Quantic Gaming by Sneaky. Replaced by on Quantic Gaming by Sneaky. Well, accepted a substitute position on the bench team solo mid following KX's benching. Ralto. Loco coached Team Solomid during Season 5. True. Which former mid laner for... This is all LCS, bruh. Which one mid laner for Dignitas is known for his signature Katarina play? Scar. Which assassin was favored by the mid laners of SKT, T1, and Caedrel in their blind pick Game 5 of the OGN? Dead. Which location housed the World Season Finals in 2013? Stable Center. Dino was one of the few players in the European country to make it onto the Fresh Team between 2011-2014. 4 seasons. Which country does he hail from? Sweden. Season 2 World Championship was played in 2012 between 2 teams. One of them was touted as one of the weakest teams in the field, which underdog team was eventually went on to win the title. Taipei Assassins. Oh, he's from Finland. Whatever. Alright, LPL's in 6. This minute is 6 minutes. Let's
More
watch
than
this.
ever, people are asking, what the hell is going on with TSM?
Yeah, what is going on with TSM? What is going on with TSM? Tell me, talk to me. What are they up to? What are the games?
So yeah,
doing?
in one of the more bizarre sentences I'll be saying this year, TSM allegedly has just 9 employees at the moment. That's according to Duncan Cox, their now former head of social media, who announced he'd been let go by the org this week on the anniversary of his 5th year working with them. And all of this comes less than a year and a half after TSM announced they had outgrown their current offices and would be moving to a new 25,000 square foot space to accommodate their growth. At the time, their COO Walter Wang had told CoStar News that their headcount as a company had grown from roughly 45 people to 110 during the pandemic. In 2022, Forbes declared TSM to be the most valuable esports org in the world, valued at $540 million.
What?
They gave a few reasons for that assessment, the same reasons that many people thought TSM would be somewhat resistant to the esports winter
crypto
that has seen a massive reduction of investor money. And they're also the same reasons people have been shocked to hear this week that they've been reduced to just 9 employees. In what may now feel like a distant memory, TSM was at one point seen as somewhat of a blueprint for a successful esports org. A lot of orgs drew inspiration from them as they began to grow a massive fan base, create engaging content, dominate the LCS, and succeed in other esports. And eventually, as a company, they weren't just relying on esports as they began to diversify their portfolio. In 2018, they acquired the gaming analytics platform Blitz that helps players assess their performances in games like League. That went on to become the company's bread and butter, helping to subsidize their esports operations, which, as many orgs can tell you, are basically just money furnaces with cool logos. Of course, TSM was never going to be completely immune to the esports recession we've seen in recent years, but how did it come to this? How did it get to the point where there are supposedly now just 9 people on their payroll? Well, for some people, a lot of this comes down to 3 little letters: FTX. In June 2021, TSM entered into a sponsorship agreement with cryptocurrency exchange platform FTX. The deal was reported to be valued at $210 million and was set to extend over a decade. But of course, it barely managed a single year. Filing for bankruptcy in November 2022, FTX attributed their collapse to internal errors. Allegations of misappropriation of customer funds were leveled against them, which culminated in the arrest of their CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. Quick side note, he was supposedly a TSM fan himself, and some people have found it a little bit ironic that he may have caused them so much damage. TSM announced they had suspended their partnership with FTX, but assured the world they were still strong, profitable, and stable, and that this would not affect their esports operations. But many have hit extra doubt on that in the time since, suspecting that TSM took a big financial hit when FTX went under. One which they struggled to recover from, and which might explain, at least in part, the current situation they supposedly are in. TSM has been noticeably scaling back their esports operations since their FTX heyday, and the elephant in the room has to be the absence of a League of Legends team, once an absolute core of their identity. In March last year, Sports Business Journal reported that TSM would be pausing their esports efforts in several titles and selling their LCS slot. This was followed shortly after by TSM announcing they would be departing from the LCS and relocating their league team to a Tier 1 region, and that their ultimate goal was still to win Worlds. Spoiler alert, that rebirth in another region never happened. Fans thought they might hear something by the end of the summer, but no. Then they thought there might be an announcement when the season ended, but that came and went. Finally, with all major leagues well underway this month and TSM noticeably absent from all of them, fans began to speculate that their League of Legends team was simply finished. And what TSM fans have really wanted, even their morbidly curious critics at this point, is an official statement from CEO Reggie. If there's one thread that can be drawn through so many of TSM's struggles in recent years, it's a lack of reliable communication. Perhaps even worse, Reggie himself has announced plans and promised to do AMAs with fans which simply haven't come to fruition. In fact, less than 2 weeks ago, former head of social media Dunk himself had confirmed that Reggie would be giving him an update on their esports operations, which would be shared imminently with TSM fans
But then he
on
got
Reddit
kicked.
and their Discord. But now with even Dunk gone, it really feels like Reggie might be running out of people to even deliver a statement for him. The more pressing question perhaps is, has he run out of time? This week I've seen droves of TSM fans on their subreddit announce that this really is the last straw, that after years of support and patiently waiting for some communication about the org's future, they finally had enough. Some have even called on Reggie to straight up sell the org to try and salvage at least some credibility and hope for fans. And let's not forget that even TSM's financial struggles were overshadowed at times by reports that TSM and Blitz were toxic workplaces and that Reggie was a volatile CEO who verbally abused his staff at times. TSM conducted an internal investigation and concluded that while there was no unlawful conduct from Reggie, his feedback to employees could be characterized as having an aggressive and harsh tone. Riot launched their own investigation and said they'd found a pattern and practice of disparaging and bullying behavior by Reggie, including verbally abusing players and staff and communicating in a demeaning and belittling manner. It's almost become a bit of a cliche to talk about.
Do you guys remember when TSM were like, we understand everyone's frustration around Reginald, we will do an internal investigation? And they did an internal investigation and they said they found nothing.
The downfall of TSM. How great they seem to look in that 2015 to 2018 golden era, and compare that to where they are now.
That's
every
so
time it
fucked
feels
up,
like
man.
everything has been said, we get hit with news like we've had this week. The deal collapse, the allegations of verbal abuse, the withdrawing from esports, the absence of their League of Legends team, and now the news that TSM has just 9 employees left. And one of them is Reggie, and it looks like he has a lot of explaining to do here, because as one Redditor put it this week, it looks like this is the way TSM ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
Jesus. Bro, I remember it. I remember seeing them post that they're going to do an internal investigation. Then like a couple days later, they were like, we found nothing. Oh, so Reggie investigated himself about himself to tell himself that nothing was wrong. Oh.